Explaining how Citlali was inspired by Mexican culture. Hi, I'm the Explorer's Compass, and I'm a content creator that makes videos explaining how real-life cultures and history inspired Genshin Impact. And today, we're talking about how Citlali was inspired by Mexico. Now, her connections to Mexico start with the Aztecs, who are more properly known as the Mexica, who are one of the native groups of central Mexico, which is part of a larger region called Mesoamerica. Her name comes from the word for star in the Mexica language of Nahuatl, and her job as a shaman in the Masters of Nightwind tribe also connects her to other parts of the Aztec religion. That's because this shaman's connections to the stars in both her name and design could reference how real Aztec shamans actually used star observation in religious practices. Recording the movements of stars was so sacred and well practiced in Aztec society that they created one of the most accurate calendars of their time. She could even be named after Citlalique, the Aztec goddess of the stars, and her Tzitzimitl companions could also be named after the actual star deities that accompanied Citlalique, like Itzpapa, named after Itzpapaluk, an Aztec obsidian butterfly, similar to how Citlali's nickname is Granny Itzli, or Obsidian Blade. Plus, Obsidian's importance to both Citlali and the rest of Natlan is another reference to Aztec culture, as obsidian was used more often for tools and weapons than gold and silver. One of these weapons is the Macahuitl, a weapon we also see in Natlan. She also wears an Anahuatl, a disc worn by other Mexica gods like Tezcatlipoca. Also, the feathers on her head kinda look like an axolotl, a creature native to Mexico and named by the Aztecs, who originally pronounced it as Axolotl, as they were named after the Mexican god Xolotl. Even the fact that she stopped Auroron from being ceremonially sacrificed as a baby could be a reference to how the real Mexica did conduct human sacrifices for religious purposes. But that begs the question, if human sacrifice is in fact a practice in her tribe, does that mean Citlali actually did some of them? Also, the fact that her dish is a taco is another reference to the Aztecs, since although the typical meats and onions used in modern tacos are from the Spanish, the corn tortilla itself was used by the Aztecs and other Mesoamericans for centuries. This goes in line with other Mexican foods in Natlan, like tamales and chocolate. Also, this shaman's obsession with alcohol could be based on pulque, an alcohol used by Aztec shamans in rituals. It was made using the agave plant, something we can also find in Citlali's home. Also, although it's not confirmed, the fact that she has an obsession with Inazuman anime and light novels could be a reflection to how many Mexicans love Japanese pop culture like manga, light novels, and anime, with the most popular one in the country being Dragon Ball. I mean, just look at this Goku-themed taqueria. However, Natlan is inspired by many more cultures in addition to just Mexico. So if you want videos dedicated to explaining the real-life cultures and history of Natlan, make sure to follow, as that is what my channel is focused on. Also, feel free to have meaningful discussions with me in the comments and ask any questions you want for future videos. With all that being said, thank you for watching, and see you all in Nod Cry.